Welcome to the Rooted Warriors, the podcast where the bonds of sisterhood are not just celebrated, but explored through laughter, tears, and everything in between. Join me and my two dearest friends as we dive deep into the roots of our own friendships, sharing stories and challenges. Whether you're looking for inspiration, advice, or just a good story, we're here to bring a piece of our sisterhood right into your life.
Hey, what's Bacon Tribe? Today we've got a fantastic guest who's a master of all things sourdough. But it's not just about the craft. It's about perseverance through passion, proving that when you pour your heart into something, the rewards are undeniable. Stick with us as we dive into how passion fuels resilience and turns obstacles into joy.
Today on Rooted Warriors, we're excited to have a rising starter. Woo! Brittney from R5 Cottage Bakery is here with us today. She's a mom of 3 small little kids and a true warrior. I think that balancing things can be difficult. And I think today we're here talking about passions and how to incorporate that into a very, very busy life with very young children and keeping your dream alive. So everybody, welcome Brittney here with us.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
Can we clap for the girl that just fed us?
Yes,
Oh
we
my
just ate
gosh.
the best meal.
So I'm going to say, let's skip check-ins, or we'll do them really fast. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great.
How
but
are you?
Fabulous.
How are you?
Fine.
I'd rather
great.
talk about
Yes,
food.
let's talk about food.
Woo.
Love
Because
it.
today Brittney brought us some fresh sourdough toast. We made some avocado toast out of it. Some fresh bruschetta out of her garden.
Tomatoes out of her garden.
Oh my
Sweet
God.
and delectable.
Some focaccia. Did I say it right?
Yeah, you did.
Focaccia, yeah.
Focaccia.
Focaccia.
And then some of her world famous cookies. And I do believe they're called cowboy cookies.
Well,
Ye freaking ha. Cause
2 of them, and they were fat. I ate it like a fat kid at a birthday party. It was like, Stacy, a guest that we had previously was here, and she was sharing in with the amazing food with us. And I ate a cookie with everyone else, and then I realized I was done with the second cookie, and everyone was still on the first cookie. And I was like, I don't know what this says about me, but I don't care. This is the best cookie ever.
oh my
So
gosh.
good.
How
Well,
do
thank
we
you.
become your best friends? That's what
Hey,
I'm
you're
wondering.
already in.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're in the circle.
yeah.
It was that easy.
Yeah.
We just
feed
Wow.
everybody.
If you find me being quiet, I'm napping because I'm so
Dude,
full.
carb
Oh
overload.
my
So
God.
good.
Can we talk about the wine from
yes.
her
Oh my
freaking
God.
family's
Tell us
winery?
about this winery.
Tell us about the winery.
So my aunt is a manager at
Welcome to the mic.
all right. I'm getting used to this.
Hello.
Okay, you can start again though. Go ahead.
My aunt is a manager at Buena Vista Winery, and the winery that she stays at right now currently is Chateau Buena Vista. So there's 2 locations, same winery. The one she manages is in Napa Valley. It's downtown. It's really nice, super, super fancy. Caviar, chocolate, wine, champagne, the works. All the good, all the good things.
Love caviar.
Yes.
Yeah, it is Mo's thing too.
It is
Yeah.
my thing. I had it from like any possible reason I could have caviar and con my husband into buying it for me.
You're kind of a
gonna
connoisseur at this point. You know? Yeah, she is. I've watched her.
Yeah, I love it. I
Yeah,
love
she's just got a new pamphlet in to where she has to organize a tasting with new caviar from different types and ages of
Mo's face.
sturgeon.
You guys
is
can
that
see
what
Mo's
the fish is called?
Yeah.
Sturgeon?
Sturgis.
Yeah, sturgeon. There you go.
I said Sturgis. That's the Viking. That's a moto. Let's go Sturgis.
Greg would be so happy about that.
Like,
The moto
that
world.
would be like totally like the best world. Caviar and
moto.
motorcycles.
I feel like it gives us a really good reason to go on a road trip.
And can we take our listeners with us
Yes.
too?
We've been doing that
can.
lately. It's
We
been
have been.
fun.
It's
we
a
just
thing.
did one.
It's a thing.
It's fun.
It's our new thing, really. It's become a thing.
Yeah.
It would be fun.
We're rolling with it.
You guys are going to be part of it.
Yes.
I'm there. I'm already
You're
there.
already here.
Oh, yeah.
Girls.
Wine, food, Yeah, we're there.
Yeah, right.
Creme fraiche on top of your caviar.
Oh,
We're
keep
there.
talking.
Little eggs.
This is
little
like
hard-boiled
I
eggs.
guess we're all
This
melting.
is a little dirty. You're getting
Do
dirty.
like little pieces of bread with the caviar and some creme fraiche.
Yeah,
it's
like
so
little-
good.
Little pancakes.
Yeah. Yes, that's what they are. Pancakes. Yes.
Mommy, do you remember
She
the
knows.
Falcon's Lair?
They were bomb.
Oh,
I've never had
the
caviar.
seashells.
It's in a. It's in a.
Did you just say you've
acquired
never had
taste.
caviar?
I've never had caviar.
It's very salty.
She
But it's
doesn't
a
like
good
sweet,
salty.
so
No,
it's kind
not
of like
yeah, it's not sweet.
I might grab her.
never had it.
It's good.
She said
It's
it might
definitely
grab
like
her.
something you have to try.
Yeah.
At least once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get
Yes,
a bump.
definitely.
Just get a bump.
That
Do
way
you
I
like
can look like
sushi?
Monica over here, moaning and she's licking her lips when we're talking. Drunk on food right now.
Do you
That's
like
story of my
sushi,
life.
Yeah.
sister?
No,
Well, she doesn't
Anything
like
like
all
that?
fishy.
Do you like all fish? I mean,
I
any
like
fish?
some fish. Mhm.
Oh, then
I
you'll
like
it.
salmon, halibut,
Okay.
tuna. Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, you'll
tuna.
like
I don't
it
mind.
then. Mhm. I think you're gonna love it.
yeah. I just prefer mine cooked.
Now that you're done threatening us with a good time, I'm just kidding. I'm in.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a mother of 3. I've been married since 2018, with my husband since high school on and off.
That's another episode.
Yeah, I could go on about that. I played collegiate softball for 4 years, I believe. I bounced around in colleges.
So cool.
I was I don't want to say rebellious, but I'm an only child. So once I got out my first year of college, I was in Nebraska. I did all the things. Like I was like, okay, I'm here. Yeah, I'm
Gotta
like,
try it once.
Oh.
You just said.
I didn't do a lot of crazy things, but like I didn't really go to class. I didn't do all the things that I probably should have. I wasn't like the greatest person. You know, I was 18 years old on my own, out of state in a very cold climate where
How
there
was
was
that
nothing to do but
Nebraska?
drink. Yeah, Nebraska, nothing to do but drink. Yeah. We drank all the time. Half the time the girls, you know, we would go to, this is not funny, but we'd go to practice, we'd smoke and then go to practice. And like, it was just
Smoke what? I'm just joking with you.
oregano.
Yeah.
We would garden and then we would go to practice.
Garden.
Yes, we dried our herbs. But no, it was rough for me. I was trying to find myself like any other 18-year-old is, all in the middle of, you know, being in a long distance relationship. My husband played baseball. He
wow.
went
In
to
college also?
Yes. Yeah. He went to Fresno Pacific. So while he was navigating through that, I was navigating through my schooling / softball. And because of that first bad year I had, I didn't make grades. So my coach did literally everything he possibly could to keep me in because I was a starter. So he's like, well, I don't know what else to do, what else to help you. You don't have grades for next year. So if you want to stay, you can, but you have to redshirt or you go back home. So I came back home. I went to Delta for 2 years, did not play softball, went to culinary school.
Was that a good thing for you? Did you feel like it was a good thing?
It was kind of like snap back into reality, you know.
Here's life.
Mommy and daddy weren't supporting me so much. They were like, okay, you can live here, but you need to work. You're going to pay for I had a lifted truck at the time. You're going to pay for your gas. You're going to pay for your insurance. You know, it was I grew up being a little spoiled because I am an only child. So I got some humbling for sure.
Good job, Mom.
Grew
and Dad.
up. Yes. I grew up a little bit, you know, and not a lot, just enough. And then my 3rd year, I walked on to the Delta softball team
Get out.
after not throwing a ball for 2 years.
You just walked on with no practice?
Tried out. Yeah. I tried out. The coach was like, you're really rusty. I was at the time, I think 21. And I was the oldest on the team.
Oh,
of
so that's
course.
old,
Yeah. I
right?
was walking in, you know, junior college with a bunch of 17, 18, 19-year-olds, like feeling super weird. And like a failure almost, you know, because I'm like, I probably shouldn't be here, but
Was that humbling in
screw
itself
it.
kind of thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Especially after starting at Nebraska.
Right.
Yeah. Well, no, I wasn't at the 4-year. I was at
Okay.
a junior college there,
Okay.
but I did earn.
You're still a starter there.
Yeah, I earned a scholarship to go there. So that's another reason why I had Winters, because I got a scholarship, or else I probably would have ended up going to Delta.
What position were you?
I was a first baseman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ow. Sorry.
Yeah.
First
I
baseman.
loved it.
unite
I was a
those-
shortstop.
I was
so
a
I
first
loved
baseman.
it. Yeah.
best friend is your first baseman.
Yes.
They got to be able to catch all of your crazy fast throws.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but
And
we love our shorty, so you guys are good. All right. Shortstop's always grabbing that.
it's definitely a position too that people like underestimate. You think, oh,
They have to be so
well,
good.
they can hit, but they can't do anything else. Put them at first
you
base.
have to be so good at first because
Yes.
coming
It's
from a
ballet.
shortstop, we're throwing pretty wild.
You're
sometimes
throwing dirty
We're-
balls and stuff
But
like
yeah,
that.
and the thing is that we're there because we have quick reflexes and a strong arm, but it's usually not super accurate.
Right.
So you need a long arm, and they need to be really good
stretch.
at it.
I've got those. Yep.
Yeah, right.
So in the midst of all that, I studied, got my grades up, did really well playing softball, and then made a video to go to school in Chicago. It's a culinary school. Well, it was a school for other things, but I applied for culinary because I had already been so deep in at Delta and doing really, really well. Applied there, got in, made the softball team again
Get
as
out.
a starter. Yeah. I was okay. I wasn't like a great softball player, but I worked my
That's
freaking
what I said.
butt off to play.
You were amazing, clearly, for them to be able to see that kind of potential and talent and them bring you back on their team time and time again, though.
Yeah.
It's not just a,
I think
was all
coaches
right.
too saw that, like, okay, she's not the best in the group, but I worked literally harder than any girl there. And I was also the hardest person on myself there. So I just made myself just try to be better, even though I like have the bad game, my attitude totally
Attitude
changed.
over
Yeah,
ability.
right?
Yes.
Every time, as a
Yeah.
coach, as a leader, attitude over
well, you
ability.
can teach skill, but you cannot teach heart.
Yeah.
And heart is something that is rare.
Yeah.
And when you find it, it's like, okay, we can teach that girl the rest of it. You know what I mean? But you must have had all that. That's really cool.
I tried to, yeah. But then
Then what next? I'm all into it.
What happened?
What happened?
2
The
years
saga continues.
2 years at Robert Morris University. I did really good my junior year. And then my senior year, I was able to go to Italy to study abroad for culinary.
This just keeps getting better and,
and
getting
I
better.
had a great opportunity. But at that point in my life, I was extremely depressed. I didn't even enjoy my trip to Italy. I had roommates that were in culinary with me also that I lived with while we were there. And they tried everything to get me out of our house that we lived in.
It was that cutthroat. Were they just in the program or were they also players as well?
They were in the program. They weren't softball players. I was
weren't.
the only athlete to go abroad, and my coach was like, "No, you can't go," because it was during conditioning. And I was like, "I'm going. This is what I want to do." I took money out of my student loan to go. Don't do that. And I kind of just didn't have a great time. I didn't enjoy the people I was with because they were so, I was negative because I was in a bad mindset, but they were very negative and kind of made it hard for me to feel better. And I just didn't enjoy my trip. So when I came back, I had a huge mental blowout and just I didn't do good my senior year of softball. It was probably the worst year I've ever had. It was just mentally not there. When you're mentally not there in the game,
You can't play.
It's
you
the
gotta
time to
sit.
go.
You gotta sit down. My parents came to watch me play in Arizona, and I was playing third base at the time, and my husband, now boyfriend at the time, was there, and I'm freaking out, because he's this amazing baseball player, and I'm playing third base, which is it's not abnormal for me, but it wasn't my position
Right.
by
It's
any
completely
means.
opposite.
And my coach had, I guess, so much faith in me to put me at third. And I'm like, I was just nervous. I'm nervous right now talking about it. I'm just nervous in general all the time.
You must have thrown hard though, because that's why they
I
would
threw
pull
hard,
you.
but
Yeah.
who knew where it was going to go? I threw very hard. Yeah, but like I said, I wasn't the greatest softball player, but I was a really good teammate. I tried to be. And, it's a sport that really molded me to who I am today. But after my senior year, I kind of was like, I'm done. I was working 2 different jobs, going to school for 16 units, playing softball. I was kind of burnt out by my senior year. And then after, my Italy trip, I was just kind of like lost again. I felt lost again, like
Where
kind
do
of
I
how I
go?
did my freshman year. Yeah.
Like, what am I really doing here? What's my purpose?
Yeah. I was like, I came here just for softball. Literally.
Right.
That's all I don't know what I want anymore. So I got my associates in science of culinary arts, and came home with my husband, now, boyfriend then, husband now. And we worked through a lot of my mental issues of my depression and my anxiety. And we were together for a little bit before we got engaged and married. And then we lived together the whole time in and out of my mom's house and his parents' house, just trying to find our way, save money. Again, I was struggling with identity. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had, I have so many hobbies. I read books. I collect plants. I have like 90 house plants.
Oh, no way.
Oh, now you're talking to Gina.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a wannabe.
Yes, and that's why I love Wandering Fox. I walk in
Yeah.
and I'm just like, oh, so nice in here. I love it.
There's one of everything.
Yes, and I have almost all the plants.
Yeah. Some lady came in the other day and she's like, I need to have this plant.
Yeah.
I'm all $30 and it's
For
yours,
cutting.
lady.
I know, right?
Gina,
Sold it just like that.
Gina took me to Anthropology the other day, and I'm like, I don't like their clothes. She's like, that's not what we're here for.
We're here for the plants.
And I'm like, what, they have plants? She's like, yeah, follow me.
Yeah.
And she goes over, she's like,
I
they're
did not
very
know
unique.
that.
Yeah.
She's like, check out this one. It comes from blah, blah, blah. This one's from Argentina. I'm like, what? How do you know this? I had no idea that they had plants there.
We all have our little passions, don't we?
But apparently Brittney has a shitload of
Yeah.
passions.
Right?
Exactly.
And you do, okay, so you were telling me the other day, because she's made these little wood burned things that have her little
For her
like
plants?
pastries. No, for
Oh,
her
okay.
pastries.
Those are the plants
to go in
sticking
my
up.
pastry box, like it says, like scone or
Oh, that's
muffin
cool.
or
Oh, a
whatever.
label.
Yeah. No, but little wood ones. And she burned it in there.
That's so
So
cool.
cute. You've done jewelry or something. Like, what-
Woodworking.
yeah.
So, keychains. So before I've done everything. I'm
This
telling
is
you.
great.
I
Hey,
have
we
too
relate.
many.
We're neurodivergent too, so we're good. We're
I'm
good. We got it.
something.
the new word of the day.
That's right.
I've definitely my whole life have never stuck with a thing, and everyone's like, "Oh, well, I can finish," and I'm like, "Oh boy, what did you finish?" Because I need to learn. I try to finish. I mean, most of the time I do if it has to do with like housework and things. Like, yeah, I can finish, but if it's a project, I'm constantly
I get bored.
struggling.
I get bored.
I don't get bored. I just get overwhelmed.
Whelmed.
That too.
And then I'm like, okay, I don't want to do this
that
anymore.
too. Yeah, and then you
I'm
quit.
done.
Yeah, you're
That's
over
because
it.
Yeah.
Brittany overbooks herself.
Yeah, I do.
I have to say though, you
works
picked a freaking baking.
hard.
And it keeps you to a schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have a choice in that with sourdough.
And
So
you're
how
gonna
do you
blow
deal
up.
with that?
She's gonna blow up, dude.
know.
Those cookies were so rad. It wasn't even funny.
You wait. She's gonna start watch. She's gonna reach out to you or something.
I do some items for Gina. I can
No,
definitely.
I'm selling your stuff. Like, you better be ready. Like, you're gonna get burned out of this shit too.
I know. You better pick another job. Bring on a helper or something.
Just don't burn the cookies. Don't burn the cookies.
Her peanut butter cookies are so
Stop.
good.
Really?
And she makes sourdough brownies, which when she told me that, I was like, no.
So I
And
already
then she
hit you
brought
up for that.
me the baggie, and I'm like,
and
You
they're
gave
gut,
me
and
and
they're
Greg
gut
some,
healthy.
and
oh, you were there.
Yes.
I shared.
only a little bit. She's
I don't
like,
remember
take
sharing.
this, and it was like
Just-
a crumb.
This
Here,
is all
taste this.
Split it in half.
So how did you get the name for your bakery?
Oh, it's a good question.
So R5, our last name is Rivera, my husband's last name, and I have 3 kids. So combined, there's 5 of us. So before that, my woodworking business was R5 Creations. I am not creative when it comes to names.
So in case you didn't hear, I'm a marketing firm, so I'll just joking
I'm
with
like,
you.
I just want to, we blew up during COVID with our cornhole boards, and then it like kind of took off, and then like all of our customers had already bought cornhole boards.
cornhole boards too.
Oh, that's
So
what we
profitable.
started with. So I started with keychains, and then my husband did the cornhole boards.
R5 Cottage was R5 what was it?
Woodworking.
Woodworking.
It was R5 Creations.
And
And now that I'm doing bread, it's R5 Cottage. So it's still R5C.
yeah.
So the cool thing is my husband works for Rivera Trucking Company, which is his parents' semi hauling company, trucking
Right.
company. And eventually his dad will pass down his truck to him. The number of the truck is R5.
No way.
Get out. Did you know that before you
No,
named?
well, I mean, I'm sure they did, but I didn't until one day Michael was talking R5. I'm like, what are you talking about? I thought he was talking about like a cornhole board or something. He's like, my dad's truck is R5. And I'm like, oh, That's
no
so cool.
way. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
So
What's
I
the
was like,
chance of
that's
that?
nice.
It works.
Yeah. So then I had, we had to not have any more kids because I can't be R6.
So now you're gonna ruin my whole
Scratched out. Was it 6?
Oh my
We're
god.
gonna have to make a choice.
It's like the Norman Rockwell painting where it's a tattoo and it's like she's been married a few times. It's been like cut out. It's been like
Slash.
X'd out. Yeah.
It's like a Johnny Depp's tattoo, Winona Forever. Now it's Wine Forever. Did you know that?
No, that's so great.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's too funny.
Leave it to him too.
So Brittney bakes for me twice a week, but she also does street fairs and farmers markets
And cornhole boards.
She does off of her Instagram. She's got like a calendar of like pickup days and things that she sells. So she is like constantly baking. And you have 3 small children. So how old are your children?
Jace is 5, Jet is 3, and Juniper's 2.
Okay, wait. These are super small.
Juniper.
Juniper, my little
I
June baby.
love it. So
They're little, and she has red hair.
Jet has red hair.
Oh
My
yeah.
little
makes sense.
firecracker.
That
Jet.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Jet, that's
yeah,
great.
Yep.
yeah. He's the red. He's the crazy red. Yeah,
He's really small too. How old is he?
he's tiny. He's 3.
Yeah.
He's little because my husband and I were not small people.
They're like Irish
And they're
twins.
tiny.
Yeah.
3 and 2.
They're 13 months apart. Or I'm sorry, they're 15 months apart.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Baby making time.
Pretty much.
R5, not R6.
Yeah. Don't put that on me.
No more.
So how do you juggle everything? Like how do you this I'm just going to say just from getting to know Brittney when we sat down to go over so as scattered as she's going to say she is and maybe that's true on the outside, she presents herself very well. So when we started going over the twice a week baking and what we wanted, she made for me a calendar. And that way we could post it at the coffee shop so that the customers know what's coming, know, on either on Mondays or on, Thursdays. So how is struggling like that with 3 young children working? You obviously work full time.
Yeah.
And you're a wife.
Mm-hmm.
How does that go?
Be honest.
And she's got,
it's not always
she's got
good.
animals and a garden.
Yeah.
And
We want to hear the struggle
Yeah.
and the happy too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're here for the authentic real.
It's definitely hard, but I have, and this is sound really cliche, I have a really great husband who is my backbone.
That is not cliche. We don't hear that often enough.
Why
Really?
That's not cliche.
No,
Really?
we never. That's rare.
very
so we love that.
fortunate.
I'm lucky. I'm lucky to have great parents and great in-laws. We live with my in-laws, and while we're trying to build a house, so they're giving us a space to live, so that we can build a house, and they're allowing us to basically live there as if it was our own house. You guys come and go as you want, do what you want, and I'm fortunate to have that. I don't know many other people that can do that or allowed to do that. Like living there, I got to make my garden. I have chickens now. My kids, we built this big playground for them. They have a big Costco playground set with a trampoline and, the little teeter-totter that someone's going to break their arm on. So we try to do our best to spoil our kids because any money we make, goes toward saving for our house or like a trip for the kids. And because we are all kind of in the house together all the time, I try to get them out. I try to do things with them. I'm a part of a mom walk group in Lodi.
I love that.
It's called Lodi Mom Walks. My friend Katie
Shout
runs
out.
it. Yeah.
Whoever named it uses the same process as you.
It's kind of like a chain. So each city has one.
Yeah.
And she just so happens to do the Lodi one. But yeah, all their pictures are like a mom pushing a
Marketing.
stroller.
So you obviously live in Lodi.
I live in Linden.
Oh,
You drive there.
you
I
drive
do,
there to do
yeah.
a walk.
It's
I
got to
do.
be good then.
This
You
is
know.
right.
is.
It's about connections, though, right?
Yes.
It's about talking to these ladies,
Yes.
people that you connect with.
Yes, I reached
Finding
out
your
actually
tribe.
to Katie. Oh, I've listened to that episode too. I actually reached out to Katie last year when I was doing R5 Creations things because she was a realtor at the time and she was shouting out small businesses for 12 days of Christmas. So I was like, hey, can I be a part of this? Like I kind of, I need a little bit of foot traffic. And she's like, absolutely. So I kind of got to know her there and then come to find out we got we have so many things in common. Like she's also a stay-at-home mom whose brain doesn't shut off. She has anxiety, we just had so many similarities. She likes plants. She makes sourdough also. She's got 2 little ones, and we read books. So
What kind of books? Like seriously, we're curious.
She's
we're
part
really
of a
asking.
book club.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
super excited about this.
I like all books.
Anyway, what's your favorite? What do you guys reading?
I like romance books.
There you go. Jenna Lindsay kind of romance, or like kind of romance.
like Katie Baby making books, like Katie Roberts and whatnot. Yeah,
Is
there's
that like that Seven Husbands one? Isn't there one?
The Seven Husbands of Emily Hugo is not a smutty book, but it is
It's
so
called a
good.
smut book.
Oh,
It's
you
not-
want smut?
I like
though.
smut.
Oh, she wants smut.
I'm a
though.
dark romance girl.
I've read a lot of romance. I've never read a schmug.
Is much.
Is that like 50 Shades of Grey?
No.
Wait, what she said?
She's all child's play.
Yeah.
No, they're
Smush.
dirty.
It's also really, really badly written. I think the 50 Shades.
So let's circle back around and talk about what your real passion is in life.
My passion is her cookies.
It's my newfound passion.
Anything that she involves flour with.
Yes.
I've had obviously a lot over the last decade of my life. But everything seems to go back to cooking.
Yeah.
Baking.
Makes sense.
It's like my happy place.
Is it your therapy?
Yes, for sure. Good day, I'm in the kitchen. Bad day, I'm in the kitchen. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I cook. I love to cook. I love to bake. I've got really good at the sourdough thing. I've been doing it for about 5 years now. And finally, my husband's like, you need to do something with this.
Right.
Like, just bite the bullet
He's a
and
fan,
do it.
man.
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
fan. I love
Always.
it.
Even from the beginning. I mean, we always joke, too, if I make something really good for dinner one night. He's like, so when are we opening the restaurant? And I'm like,
Yeah, right.
who's bringing the money? Because that's crazy. Starting brick and mortar. I mean, it's
Oh, yeah.
insane the amount of money you got to put in.
Let's
and
take
then
the money for the
time.
house and get you a restaurant.
Oh, my gosh.
Fuck it. You're going to be living at the restaurant
Mo
anyways.
can guide you on that.
My
actually.
dream restaurant is something that has a new menu every week. So something fresh every
That's
week.
so hard, too.
I know.
It's like the hardest
Yes.
restaurant to run.
Yes.
That means
fresh
menu
ingredients.
less restaurant.
Yes.
Is
So,
basically.
Fresh ingredients.
A person to
every
ask
week.
would be Monica, because she went from pizza where you got a bunch of kids making your food pretty much. We've got high schoolers, college kids making the same thing over and over and over again, to opening Falcons with a chef.
Yeah.
With fine
How'd that go?
dining. I mean, that's
Fine
like your
dining,
aunt
yeah.
style
So-
restaurant kind of thing.
So I think that, there's challenges with everything, right? Like nothing's easy, but I think where you'll find your challenge being is that you're a cook for first and foremost, right? And a baker. So you're going to be focused on the kitchen.
Yeah.
But the front of the house has to run. So you have to have the right person to run the front of the house, and it's not you, because you can't do both.
There's no
And-
such thing.
Yeah. And then you're also used to working by yourself and being in charge of yourself. And you know that you're accountable for getting all of the ingredients that you need. All these things are going to happen. But when you start putting other people in charge of things and they start failing, then it makes it difficult for you, and you become a micromanager, on and on. But those are all things that people with experience can advise you on and help you with. But I say don't wait too long. If that's what your end goal is, don't wait too long.
And don't think it's too big, but dream bigger than that. Aim bigger than that. Like, don't let things like that scare you.
Yeah, but start
Yeah.
small. But start small.
I'm like,
go small.
Yeah, for sure.
It's something that scares me though too, because I've worked from fast food to fine dining, being, with all the different jobs that I've had, and seeing successful restaurants. The only successful restaurants that I know of are the ones where the owners are there every single day. And I want to be present for my family. I love
Yeah.
hanging out with my husband. Like I said, it's so
He's
cliche,
your best friend,
but
right?
You have to do
I
it Mo's
love-
way. You just involve all your kids, and then they go. I'm just kidding.
They're too young. I mean, can your 2-year-old start kneading your bread?
I was going to ask how much they help you with your bread and stuff.
I can't allow them to, but like when it's stuff for us, my oldest is like, right there. What are you making? Is this for a customer? I'm like, no, it's for us. Can I help? Yes, you can help. But if it's for customers, they know
You can't touch.
they can't. Yeah. But yeah, a restaurant would be fantastic. It's just your own place is not going to be ran the way you want it to be ran by other people. And I only know that because of how I have worked in other restaurants and like tried to run it how I think they would want it to be ran, and then feeling like, why am I doing so much work for someone else's company?
And I think it's nice right now is that you
hard.
can work from home. Your kids are
I'm my own
there,
boss.
and you get to take breaks, see the kids, do your thing. And it's hard enough. I mean, I know it's hard enough being away from your children when you're really young and you're working all the time. So there's a season for everything. But if that is your end goal, I pray that it happens.
What about you, Mo? You did the exact same thing. You had tiny little ones running businesses and things like that. So at what age were they, and what do you suggest like for that? Like, I mean, because you battled through that, you and Bob both.
I mean, you know, obviously I had my husband stayed at home with the kids.
Oh, he did?
So
Okay.
it's not a sacrifice in that sense for my children, and I'm not leaving them in daycare or anything like that. I mean, they did go to the Christian daycare here in Ripon, but, you know, wasn't like full-time kind of thing.
Right.
And it was more about education at that point. But, you know, it was extremely difficult. And I went back when all of them were really little. And after each child, I went back when they were really little and worked tons of hours. But, you know, because I am my own boss, you know, I made sure I was there for key events and key things. But, you know, you're gone every night and for many hours, 12, 14-hour days. It was rough. It was really rough. And then
You did that their whole life, though, didn't you?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And, you know, I came home, cleaned, cooked, did laundry. I mean, these are the things that we do as women, and not that men don't do their thing, because they do. And I, you know, would definitely not diss that or say anything.
We're just not
about that.
talking about that right now.
Yeah, we're just talking about it, okay? All right. But it was a sacrifice. And I will say that your children see that you're working hard and that you're picking up all those pieces. And, you know, I think for them it was pretty, seamless, because they had a father that was super involved, super kind, super easygoing. And they had me like a whirlwind coming in, drilling everybody, doing my thing. And that was that. And it
Whipping
worked.
butt.
That's literally our household.
And that's what it was good for our family. And so it worked. Do I recommend it? No. And like seeing how my girls are doing things, they chose not to, they're not going to do that in their life. And that's okay. So it's not for everybody, but if it works for you and your family situation, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But you can't get back the time. That's all I would say, is that we can't get back the time with our children. And there's been many times that I've shed tears about times that I've missed. And so, you know, it's difficult.
It's like that saying where they're only this little once. Like
It's true.
our kids are like, my kids are all grown. They're the same.
Girl, I'm
all
feeling
the
it
time.
too. It's so
but
bad.
they'll never be one again or two or so. Enjoy those moments with them. You
Right.
know?
That's why it's a perfect job for what you're doing right now. It's just such
It's
a
a good
great business.
time.
I know it feels wild and like
Yeah.
overwhelming, but I'm serious. Like looking in on that, like outside looking in, I can't think of a better way to put your skill to use while raising tiny little kids like that.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I know they're not going to go ahead and raise, open a restaurant or do anything, your girls and things like that. But without what you did for them, they wouldn't be where they are right now. So, I mean, sacrifice equaled love and
Yeah, and I mean, I'd
Build
do
and
anything for my
building.
children, and I think that all of us sitting here are that way. I mean, I die for my children, take the shirt off my back for my children. That's all that matters to me is my children. But it didn't feel like it at that time, because sometimes you get lost in it. You are ignoring them sometimes when they're talking to you. Like I'm on a phone with an employee who I've been dealing with for 12 hours, employees, and I get home, and then my child needs me, mom. And I'm like, hey, no. And I step outside to take a phone call that takes 45 minutes too long because they're sucking all of my energy. And I come back in, and now I'm crabby with that child who all they want is time with me. So that child acts out, Katie.
no names mentioned.
No names. But when you look back,
She choked.
when you look back as a grown adult, because you're an adult at that time, but you're not this kind of adult. And you look back and you say, God, so stupid. I was not setting the boundaries I should have set. And the 12 hours that I worked could have been condensed to 8 hours had I done things correctly and made people accountable. And I didn't do that because I was young. I was over controlling. The list goes on. So I would say that if you chose to make that a route that you wanted to go, take advice from those people who have been there and done it well.
Yeah.
And have a big tribe of people that you can draw from that, and to kind of help guide your way. Because sometimes our vision is not always what we should be doing.
Yeah.
So that would just be my advice, but I'm always about people chasing their dreams.
Yeah. I'm lucky to have, like I said, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and then my parents, my grandma. I mean, my grandma comes over once or twice a week just to
Awesome.
just to be there, just in case something happens, or if the kids want to go outside, so I don't have to have eyes on them all day. I can do 3 loads of laundry while I stretch and fold my dough for the next 3 hours or whatever the case may be. So I'm lucky to have that support. And
Your tribe is everything.
I wouldn't be able to do it without them. I know moms that don't have that.
They don't.
And it's so sad.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they
What
do
about
it.
hubby? I mean, we haven't really talked a lot about him, but let's give him a shout out a little bit. It sounds like to me he's hardworking and supporting you in the
Very.
best way.
Yes.
What does he do?
He's a truck driver.
I mean, other than that, I guess
yeah.
I already got the R5 guy.
Yeah, he played baseball. He's a truck driver now. He was a manager at Alpine Pacific Nut Company for a little bit, doing walnuts and things like that. And he coached, actually, I think, Linden baseball for a little bit, or was a like assistant coach or something. I don't know, but he coached for a long time, 10U, 12U. He liked the little guys. He liked to help, teach them the
Grow
game.
them.
Yeah, like, because a lot of coaches, they're like, no, I want the best 9 on the field, and that's how we're playing. And he's like, no, I want to teach you to be the best, especially the kids who got the heart. He's like, come here, I'm going to teach you how to play, And I see him do that with the kids. And our kids love baseball and soccer and golf now, which is pretty cool because we play golf. So now our kids play golf. My oldest is a lefty, which is supreme. Like, yes, stay a lefty, especially a lefty golfer. It's so cool to me.
A lefty golfer.
Yes, and hitter. He doesn't throw left, but he
I have
hits
a lefty
left, so I'm
hitter
like,
too,
I'm
but a
down.
golfer?
Are you lefty?
No.
Because you're a first baseman, but you're not lefty.
No, I'm not a lefty.
Hubby a golfer?
He's right-handed, but playing baseball, he switch hit, so he can kind of do a little bit of both. He's the athlete in the family. I'm here for fun times. He is the athlete. He's the athlete.
I'm here for a fun time.
That's hilarious.
He was, in high school, he was a catcher, and my favorite thing was to sit behind the plate and watch him.
I bet. Cottage.
Where's that bear?
Yeah.
Hey.
This is my signature sound.
It's never leaving this place. No, I get that. I mean, catchers are pretty handsome. I like those thick legs. So I get it.
And then, take that helmet off real fast. You're like, that's my man.
All right. With the booty matching.
And then he became a pitcher, and then I had to look at his face the whole time. Like, dang it.
I want to see you bend over some more.
Right? Do some squats, boy. But yeah, he's a really good human. He was raised really well. He's respectful. He's the cool, calm, and collected to my wild and crazy. Like,
It's got to be that.
we're completely opposite when it comes to personalities.
That's how you know you're going to last forever.
Fire and water.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Just-
I'm all about that.
yeah, me too.
That's how me and Bob are for sure. Bob and I are like that.
I think all of us are the
For
same.
sure.
Yep.
Right?
You got to be
Yeah,
opposite.
Yeah.
right? I didn't think
So
about I wasn't thinking about
opposite.
myself, but yeah, kind of,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I'm nothing like Adam. Right?
I'm nothing like Greg.
Yeah. Like
That
I
whole
feel like
brain
I'm
thing.
like the calm, quiet
Yes.
to his over
Fire.
exciting.
I'll say that until I'm not the quiet, calm.
Same with Bob.
right?
Same with Bob.
And then all of a sudden,
Everybody's got their boiling point. So, like, if we take that out of it, their natural personality,
Right.
Gina's
Then, yeah.
is to be calm and collective.
Yeah.
me too.
We coached softball, girls softball, 12U 1 year together with his sister, and he was always like, just, okay, girls, you got it. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Come on, let's get pumped up. And he's like, oh my gosh, we're totally opposite.
Have you guys
In
seen
all
that?
aspects.
Have you guys seen that TikTok where it's like this big guy and he's like talking at the front door to somebody, and then the song is like, are you talking to me? Like, don't talk to him, talk to me. And then the little wife comes in and she like pushes him out of the way, and then he like grabs her and pulls her. It's
That's
like,
Mo.
That's me. That's Bob and I for sure.
She would be like that too, though. Let's go, like to the girls.
Oh yeah,
the softball team.
yeah. I coach softball too. And it's,
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I
I did
didn't
it with
know
my friend
that.
Amy Green. Shout out, Amy! What up, girl? So yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. It's very time consuming.
Were you
and-
rough on them though?
Oh yeah, I mean I'm a drill
was
sergeant.
t- I was
I'm meant to be a drill sergeant. I should have been in the military. Everyone says it. Like people are always shocked that I wasn't a cop or in the military.
Do your kids agree?
Yeah. they call me the police officer and Daddy the paramedic, because you get in trouble with me
snap.
and Daddy saves the day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bob.
shit.
Bro, it's right,
God.
right?
Better to be the
Yeah.
paramedic than the firefighter, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, true.
That's hilarious.
That's another thing that I wanted to do out of high school too, was CHP, because my dad's a CHP officer, and I went on a ride along,
kinda see
and I
it.
loved it.
Did
I
you?
was like, oh yeah, I'm like, fast cars, let's go. Like, I've
Let's
got
go.
this.
I
I'm
was like, guns? Yes.
Yes.
I can beat the shit out of somebody, but nowadays you can't do that.
no,
so
you can't do that.
I wouldn't make a good cop
She would
now.
have retired.
I would have been a bad cop.
No, Gina would have been like, really? Is that what's going on in your life? Okay, you can totally go.
Tell me how your
I
soul
understand.
is.
So you were hotboxing because of why?
You have depression.
I get it.
Okay.
I get it. Go ahead. You're free to go. No
Slow
ticket.
down.
No, get on the car. Hands against the car.
I was trying to be a badass, and you guys ruined it.
Mo just would have her gun drawn already. She would just weapon drawn.
No, I'd already be
Always.
like,
They're like,
in
"What's
so
the
much trouble.
problem, officer?"
She's like, get out of the vehicle.
You looked. You didn't look right.
You were like, she's not racist. She's mean to everyone. She's a devil. Get her off of there.
You didn't really
Shit.
do anything wrong.
No.
I
yeah.
was bored.
There's a reason why we didn't become police officers.
Fun fact,
Amen.
I actually tested for the sheriff's department.
Wait. For their counseling side? Or
Can we talk about
What
it?
are you gonna do?
Can we talk about it? So I didn't study for the
As good as me at it.
There's no way. Were you like helping them through like their trauma?
I did really good at the
Trauma
physical.
crisis.
Yeah, right. I did really good at the physical, and I did really good with the words part. And then they said, "Hey, take this test." By the way, I didn't know you were supposed to study for it. Where do you study back then for a test like that? I don't know. A library, I
library.
guess. Whatever. Anyway, so I was like, okay, take the test. Sure, I can whiz through this. What do you got? In the beginning, they have you look at a picture and they say, okay, take a look at the picture.
It's
And
a
then what-
psychological test. You fucking failed that.
This one's crazy.
It
Get
gets
her
way
out of
worse.
here.
It gets worse. That wasn't even that. It's worse. So I go through the test and I'm like, oh, I got this. Oh, I'm answering them. I'm doing so good. We get to the very end. They're like, hey, you remember that picture that you looked at? And I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah, you have to have agreement.
Yeah. They're like, what was the guy in the orange pants doing? And the guy with the basketball that was playing basketball, how close was he to the exit? I was like, okay. I remember nothing. I don't even know what picture we're talking about. The Mona Lisa? Like, what are we, I'm just joking. Like,
You
it
showed
was
me a picture?
gone.
Yeah, so it was
I
over.
failed.
It's
I
the ink
failed.
blot test.
No, mine would be like, do you see a squirrel or a man? I'm like,
Squirrel. And that's what happened. Seriously, squirreled out.
Yeah.
Scrolled out. It happens. So you didn't become a CHP officer.
No,
we
I
got
also
that.
did the dispatch test too. Same thing.
Really?
I walked in, looked at it, and I was like, there's no way. I can't remember. Like, because, you know, when they talk and they do the
Yeah.
XA, whatever,
different
alpha,
codes
and I
and
was
crap.
like, I'm too squirrely for this. Literally, I can't. I literally
She'd
I
have a
couldn't.
panic attack in the middle of it. That's
Yeah.
what I would do too.
And then having 40 of them in a span of 3 minutes calls, I'd be like, there's no
Have
way.
you ever
I couldn't
talked
do
to
it.
like a person on the phone, like let's just say like Verizon or somebody like that, and then they're reading the number off to you, and they're like, "We got a Alpha da da da," and Frank.
yeah.
Can you just speak
frankincense
English
and
to me?
Blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, is it A B? C? Like I can't play this game.
Right.
Just dog. Delta. I'm like, well, I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. Just say the freaking letter. It's
That's like
hard
going
enough.
go east on 7th Street. And you're like, is that left or right?
My
Turn right by
brother-in-law Ray
McDonald's.
does this to me all the time. He's like, "Yeah, so you're gonna go east. When you get to Modesto, you're gonna go east, and then you're gonna go west, and then you're
She
gonna go
has
north."
no sense of direction.
Neither do I.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm
just tell
like,
me
she
left or
is
right.
lost.
I'm lost. I'm lost. We're not gonna point out each other's flaws right now.
Oh my gosh.
that's
So then
hilarious.
baking. Is there
All right,
so
again,
she's
back
just
on
a bit
track.
Back on track. So just a question, because I loved your story and going through the different colleges, traveling. I didn't know some of those things. But have you found your purpose?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I'm still doing all the things. I do believe that I was put here to be a mom. As much as I struggle every day with the kids, just in different scenarios that I don't know if I'm actually equipped to deal with sometimes, because I'm still working on myself mentally, that I have to like stop and realize that my children need the work and the help. But besides that point, I do believe I was here to raise good humans and make sure that my kids are just good people, doing something bright for the future. I know, there's just a lot of negative, I feel like, and I'm a negative person. So
Really?
Really?
I would
I've
not have
seen
picked
it.
that up.
No.
Or do
so
you
pessimistic.
think you're a pessimist?
I do. I think I'm a pessimist.
But
yes.
but we don't see you. We haven't heard any of that yet. Just so you know.
I'm also very hard on myself. So
I see
as
that.
much as I say that, like, I was here, built to have children and start my business, I also have this feeling that I don't know what else. There's still something I feel like I need to do. I don't know exactly what. But I do want to go forward with my bread business and grow it and make sure my kids are being raised, by good people. I mean, they've got already one, my husband, who is a fantastic dad. So if I can
What do you
help
mean
him out,
one? Help him out, girl.
help my kids out.
They already have you.
I know.
The way I see it is like the example that you're showing them right now. The love that you're pouring into your bakery and the perseverance, like having that many kids and still running a business and dealing with your own mental like health and stuff like that and still persevering. I mean, that's what this topic is about.
Yeah.
Because you got this passion and you're still growing. I mean, to me, you're 100% successful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I do know I'm a very passionate person. I put 120% into everything that I do.
I can taste it.
I'm
Those cookies say,
Another cookie.
those cookies say love.
I could go on and on about
Yesterday
just
I ate a
anything.
quiche and I was like, I can feel the passion.
She sends me pictures like they're dirty pictures of your food.
I
And
do.
she came in here talking about it instantly.
Guess what I had today? Like, listen, you skinny broad.
I know.
Take
One day
you
she
and
was
your
like,
bread.
she was like, "You got to stop bringing this. You're gonna make me fat." I'm like, "Oh God." I'm like, You're
It's
okay.
hard to say no when she
It's
walks
good
in with
stuff.
like 3 different pans like this and everything is hot.
Right.
Then I'm like, oh my
Oh
God,
yeah,
what am
I love
gonna
food.
eat?
I know, right?
So that yesterday when I sent you all the pictures,
Oh,
I got like
so
3 people in there. Like, you can't just send shit like this.
This
and
is
me
not okay.
come in
I'm gonna
here.
obviously. I'm like, hey, are you
Yeah.
coming from Linden right now?
What? See, that's what she was
Can
like.
you
are
bring me some stuff?
Yeah.
I got you
So
guys.
you got some stuff. I'm
Yeah,
like,
did you
"Bring
bring?
it to me."
Did you
She's the
bring
dough
stuff?
dealer.
I'm a dough dealer. I
So
have
great.
sold bread out of my trunk at Costco.
No, I'm
My
telling
girl.
you,
Yeah,
that
my
is your new hashtag is the
Yes.
dough dealer. You're just the
Oh.
dealer
Yeah.
of all things
Dude,
dough.
that's
have
it. That's
done
a
it.
gift
I have to hustle.
from Andy right here. She just gave you a gift. You're
Free.
welcome.
For
Put it on the
free.
back of a shirt.
People are gonna be like,
Dough
"Who's the
dealer."
dough dealer in Linden?" And then I'm gonna have
Hey, I heard there's some kind
R5.
of dough dealer.
R5. That's like her ghetto name.
Yeah.
R5.
R5 dough dealer. The next strain. R5 dough dealer.
So is there anything that I didn't ask you that you would like to just put out there? This is your platform right now. We are here to support you. We love you. We love your food. We love you. Thank you. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Every week I do a drop. I also have items at Wandering Fox for you. And then every Friday or some other random day during the week, I'll do a pop-up, or I have random pop-ups on weekends. My Instagram is R5_Cottage. Everything is on Instagram. I don't do Facebook yet. I'm still working through the Instagram thing. I don't specifically have a website catered to my bread, but I do have a hot plate account where you can go and pre-order your bread. So
Ooh, we'll
It
leave
takes-
that on the thing.
and it takes 3 days to make my sourdough. So I need to know well in advance, which sometimes it's really hard for people because I'll get somebody on Friday, "Hey, can I get bread?" And I'm like, "You're lucky I made 4 extra loaves."
I be jonesing for your dough.
Yeah, right. Calling their dough dealer.
Where's the dough dealer?
So it's always kind of like an order ahead style. And I don't always do bread. I make cookies, muffins.
Oh, we know.
I
you make
mean,
cookies.
everything.
We know you make cookies.
And not everything has to be sourdough either. It's just I like to be known for that.
Why? What's the sourdough do?
Sourdough is gut healthy. It's good for our microbiome inside of our guts. And it helps get things moving. I know the brownies are like, I have some people who are like,
Liquid gold.
they're like, "You should call those probiotic brownies." And I'm like, I can. Like,
Then do it. Yeah, right.
Do it. Don't talk about it.
It's just slow fermented, so it breaks down the gluten. It's easier on diabetics. It's not like foolproof on diabetics. It's not like Like I'll have people who say, "Do you do anything with gluten-free?" I will not make a gluten-free bread.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's not what
Are you
do.
just saying
Stay in
it's
your
low
lane.
on the glycemic index because it like
It
I think the
breaks down
fermentation
yes.
makes it,
it starts eating
the gluten. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just easier to digest. I mean, and like I said, it's not foolproof, but it helps. It's not like you're eating a hardcore loaf of French bread that sat for an hour with yeast.
That would be like when we went to the coffee shop and I ate the half a piece of bread
Yes.
and
She got
about
sick.
lost it across the table.
She got
It
sick.
makes you
It was
But
bad.
I have literally had 3 plates
And she's been
of
totally fine.
toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she has gluten issues for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Gina ate all that, and you don't even have a stomach ache now.
No.
And you typically get like
she's
right
usually-
away. She's in the
she's
middle of
usually
a
crying.
bite.
Yeah.
And I ferment I start at 24 hours. I'd like to try to go 36 because I like a sourdough.
Yeah. It
And what's
tastes
the point
amazing.
of a sourdough if it's not sour?
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Brittany.
Yes,
what
thank you
a
for being here.
great episode.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We
No.
think we're in love with you, just so you know.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You might be one of our favorite tribe members. So
If
thank
I
you so
DM
much.
you later, I'm just joking.
Okay, that was
dough dealer. Okay.
Find me in your DMs.
Okay.
So
Dough dealer.
We'll be sliding through.
I'm there.
This is Mighty Mo reminding you to follow your passion, just like R5 Cottage Bakery did. When you embrace what you love, you find your true purpose in life. Stay rooted, stay driven, and keep on rising to the top. Feel blessed, be blessed.